Hello. Alright, so we're a little early and probably going to be a little short today. Been having a lot of meetings right at afternoon drinks times, but you know, that's how it goes when you're big and complicated and doing great things. And let's see, my drink today is coffee. And I have a snack, which is a severely overheated Danish. So, hopefully I don't burn myself badly. It's delicious. The pain is totally worth it. Man, I think eating on camera is key to making an interesting and attractive presentation. Hello. So yeah, life is good. I have been hacking codes all morning and boy are my arms tired. And I'm just gonna skip right to the story today. So, let's see. So we continue to read from the Dreamworld Collective. Oh, fun fact, we're gonna be at the Baltimore Book Festival. So, it's Friday. I'll look up the date and tell you. But it's Friday, like in a month or two. So put that on your, not quite calendar yet, just like on your radar of things that you're gonna be putting on your calendar. And we'll have books and cool people and possibly even like t-shirts and stuff. So yeah, if you have t-shirt ideas, if you have t-shirt ideas for a Clickworks Press t-shirt, let me know in comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. My favorite one so far is F the Ineffable, Clickworks Press. Alright, Chapter 7, The Garage Incident. Dun dun dun. Summer was so happy that she uncontrollably slipped into skipping a few carefree skips down the damp sidewalk. Ahead of her, Alex glanced back and smiled his wry smile. Zen rattled and bumped his wagon along behind her. For a quick moment, she thought her heart might pop with sheer bliss. Still, skipping is a very effective way of venting excess joy, and she soon settled back down to a sprightly saunter. "Where to first?" she asked. "Next door," said Zen. "As long as it isn't the evil next door," Summer cautioned. "He's not evil," protested Zen. "Is so," she shot back. She began listing evils on her fingers. "He yelled at me when I was gardening. He called the police on us." She shot Zen a stern look. "Police, Zen." Summer raised his eyebrows, nonplussed. Summer tried to think of another one. "He has extremely bushy eyebrows. Very evil eyebrows." "I love bushy eyebrows." Zen began trying to look at his own eyebrows. "In fact, I'm planning to have craggy wizard eyebrows by the time I'm 80. "It's important to have goals in life," Alex said. "We're not going to evil next door," Summer declared, getting back to the matter at hand. "He's not evil," Zen insisted. "He's just mean. Everybody's mean sometimes. I bet he's all eccentric and mysterious, with stacks of musty old books everywhere and strange farm implements hanging from the ceiling, and..." "That's creepy," said Summer. "No, in a cool way, like gears and sausages and stuff." "Sausages aren't a farm implement." "They would be on my farm. Gotta keep the farmers happy and well fed. Ooh, and I bet he has a cocktail called Captain something, and they get in arguments, but really it's sweet." "You are certifiable," Summer shook her head. "I'm gonna find out what his story is," Zen said. Summer couldn't tell whether he was joking or just being stubborn or what. "Not today, though," she said decisively. "Today we try the good next door." Zen glanced back over his shoulder at the old man's house, then shrugged. "Fair enough. I'm going to be here for a while." The other next door was a house with a front yard full of life. Summer recognized the touch of a fellow gardener in the artfully arranged flowering shrubs and stone-edged beds. What caught the eye, though, was a plastic car big enough for a small child, a huge dollhouse, a tiny portable merry-go-round, and a friendly scattering of toys and balls. Some were for children, some for dogs, all well used. The three of them exchanged a glance. "Looks like a treasure trove waiting to happen," said Zen. "Here goes nothing," Alex agreed. He hopped up the few porch steps, picked his way past a few dolls and a teddy bear abandoned mid-tea party, and rang the doorbell. Immediately, at least 2 dogs started barking. As Summer stepped onto the porch, she heard some muffled shouting at the dogs and a small child's laughing voice. The dogs kept barking. After a few moments, the front door opened a crack. The crack was immediately filled with a long black muzzle and a lower, squished-up black muzzle, both yapping furiously. "Saladin, Yoda, get over here," a woman's voice commanded. "Sit." Step back, Mandy. A hand grabbed the bigger dog by the collar, and the smaller dog was suddenly whisked out of sight. Then a foot slipped around and opened the door further to reveal the dogs, the woman, and an adorable little girl who looked about 3 years old. "Sorry about that," said the woman. "They take their guard duties a little too seriously." She turned to the pug in her arm. "Don't you, Yoda," she added, strangely not in a baby talk voice. The pug yawned, revealing a long, curled pink tongue, then sneezed in the lady's face. Alex and Summer had already started petting the bigger dog, a shiny black lab. "It's no problem," Summer said. "I needed some doggy love." "So, what can I do for you?" asked the woman. She was quite pretty, probably mid-30s, with overflowing curly reddish hair and intelligent eyes. Summer also noticed that she was wearing hiking boots. The little girl clung to her jeans, gazing curiously at Summer. "We just moved in next door," Alex said. "I'm Alex. That's Summer and Zen. We wanted to come over and say hi." "And bring you muffins," added Zen. "But our gas is still off, so you'll have to take a rain check." "Wicked," said the woman with an approving smile. "I'm Jen. This is Mandy, 4th of 5 and counting. And you've already met Yoda and Saladin." "Hi, Mandy." Summer smiled and gave her a little wave. The little girl smiled and uncurled her fingers in a shy wave. "So you're in Mrs. Petrioli's old place. Interesting." A thoughtful look clouded Jen's face for a moment as she hefted Yoda. "Special permission? Squatters?" "We kind of made a special arrangement," explained Alex. "Anyway, we don't want to take up too much of your time for now, but we'd love to get together sometime if you're free. We like knowing our neighbors." "And I'd love to meet your kids," Summer added. "Yeah, they're worth knowing," Jen said sincerely. It was an interesting way of putting it, Summer thought, and she hadn't been bragging and definitely not sarcastic, just giving a high recommendation of some worthwhile people. Summer grinned. "We were also wondering if we could clean out your garage," Zen asked. "Anything you don't want, we might. Plus it gets cleaner in the process. Win-win." "Only $25, added Alex suddenly. Summer's eyebrows shot up. That hadn't been part of the plan. She whirled and pinned him with a dirty look. "God, yes," said Jen. "Cart away the junk and I'll make it 50. Zen tugged Puff the Magic Wagon along toward the garage behind Alex and Summer. He still felt a little spacey after that episode of whatever it was during the brainstorming. And the philosophical restaurant was still clinging to his imagination. "You guys okay if I don't fully participate in the cleanings of the garage?" he asked. Alex shrugged. "Sure, you can be the official Puff Wrangler. You know, just cart stuff back and forth as we get it sorted out. Sound good?" Zen nodded. It was a good day for walking with a wagon full of things, pondering. "But just forth," he corrected. "What?" "I won't bring the stuff back, just forth." "Right," Summer said. "You can bring forth goods and chattels, as in days of old." The garage had been built with room for 2 cars, but now it held a ping-pong table covered with a complicated arrangement of old cardboard boxes overflowing with papers spilling out of the file folders, as well as a few old desktop computers whose innards were showing. The floor was mostly hidden under strata of baby supplies, toddler toys, dolls, and sports equipment that would make an archaeologist's heart leap. One wall held the requisite workbench containing an old vise, a variety of hand-me-down tools, and a scattering of circuit boards and computer bits. The back wall held floor-to-ceiling shelves with more boxes and plastic bins labeled, Zen estimated quickly, according to at least 5 different systems. Skis, rakes, shovels, and bicycles in a range of sizes leaned against various walls. A lawnmower sat complacently in a location that was, perhaps, technically accessible. Well, Zen surveyed the garage with his hands on his hips. "Enjoy." Summer beamed. She was practically glowing with excitement. Alex slipped without noticing into manager mode. "Let's start by pulling everything on the floor out into the driveway. We can sort it out and deal with it, and then we'll have a little space to work with." Summer and Alex plunged into the piles, beginning to drag toys and boxes and a car seat out into the cool air. Zen joined them. No need to cut himself out of the action unnecessarily, and besides, he didn't have anything to wrangle yet. "Who are you?" asked the voice of a little boy, still so young that his R's didn't quite come out. Zen turned to see a boy with huge blue eyes and blonde hair staring at them. He offered his hand. "I'm Zen. Who are you?" The boy shook his hand. "I'm Isaac. I'm 5. Why are you pulling out our toys?" "We're helping your mom clean out the garage. We just moved in next door," Zen pointed. "In Quambly House?" asked Isaac in surprise. He pronounced it Quambly. "Is that what they call it?" Sometimes Bella calls it the Princess Tower House, but I think it looks crumbly. The paint is falling off. Zen had to concede the point. Man, 5-year-old voice is hard to do well. A thought wafted into his mind. He looked Isaac up and down. The little boy gazed up at him, curious and unperturbed. Zen nodded. You'll do. Would you like to be assistant puff wrangler? Isaac's head tipped to the side as he considered this, but his eyes never left Zen. Okay, he said. What do I do? We're going to load whatever your mom wants to get rid of into this wagon. Its name is Puff the Magic Wagon. Why? Interrupted Isaac. Oh, just... Zen pondered this. He wasn't quite sure. I'm not quite sure. Just seemed to fit. Isaac's brow wrinkled thoughtfully. Zen continued. Anyway, you can be the messenger and get your mom so that she can tell us what to take and what to keep. And if you want, you can help me pull Puff forth. Or back. That might be easier. How much does it pay? Asked Isaac. Zen recoiled slightly. I'm not sure I was thinking of it as a paid position. Daddy says a worker is worth his wages, said Isaac seriously. Good point, Zen said cautiously. This was turning in an unexpected direction. What's your price? Isaac tilted his head again and stared into the sky with a finger thoughtfully resting on his lips. 2 cookies. Deal, Zen replied, as long as we put them in escrow with your mom for disbursement at appropriate intervals. What's escrow? Asked Isaac. Zen pondered this. I'm not really sure. He offered his hand. Deal? Isaac shook it decisively, his tiny voice firm with conviction. Deal. Alright. I hope you guys are having a lovely afternoon. Remember, send me t-shirt ideas for the book fair. So Clickworks Press t-shirts. Again, if you missed it earlier, my favorite one so far is F the Ineffable, Clickworks Press. I've also had I'm a Writer, I Know Everything, Clickworks Press. Although that one seems a little less marketable to readers because it's a writer one, but you never know. Anyway, so if you have good ideas, let me know. Share with your friends, like it, laugh at it. Tell Facebook that you laughed at it. If you want. I don't care. I mean, I care passionately. Like, I just have to act like I don't care so that it doesn't get too intense. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great afternoon.